And good evening, folks, and welcome out to Buffalo Wild Wings on a Sunday night. It is here around the diamond, and Coach Brad Turney joining us here for a little softball talk. Coach, welcome. Uh-oh, hang on. Where'd you go? Which one did you put on? You got that one on, don't you?
I got this one on.
Okay, there you go.
Over here?
You're fine. Yep, I got you now.
All right. How you doing, baby?
Doing well. Doing well. The rain kind of got some plans that you had with the ladies today to head down to Baton Rouge and watch some softball, but it seems that's all we're dealing with is rain.
I know. Hoping this temperature comes back up this coming up week because we got a game coming up Thursday, but it's been nasty out there.
Speaking of temperature, and now that Coach Marks has made it over there, I will have to call out Coach Jordan Marks. Last year, the two coaches did the Blazing Wing Challenge here,
right.
and Jordan stopped about a wing and a half into it. I don't even know if he can hear me. Coach Marks.
I don't think he can hear you.
No, that don't make no sense that he can't hear me. But I'll tell everybody that's out there and pay attention. So, brother-in-law who helps me on the broadcast sits in and does it. 10 Blazing Wings in 4.5 minutes dominated the challenge.
That's a pretty high bar right there.
Look, speaking of the heat coming back up, it definitely did.
Yes.
Your bats were hot this weekend, that's for sure. You ladies hit the ball pretty well, short of, I guess, that Gina game. But
Short
it
of
was
the
a good
Gina
weekend.
game, we did really well. I mean, the frost got us and our bats got cold on Friday night. I mean, when you got 15 outs that you play and 14 of them are strikeouts, you know something's going wrong right there.
Yeah.
But that was so uncharacteristic of him. And I talked to him after the game, and I've been stressing, you know what, let's get over those bad moments quickly. So
Right.
I walked out there and I said, typically this is when somebody loses their mind on you, but you know what, I'm going to take my own advice. We're going to say this moment's over. We know it was embarrassing. We know we played the game bad.
Right.
Let's bounce back and do the right thing tomorrow. And we came out Saturday and blistered the softball.
And sometimes, though, you learn a little bit more from a loss than you do for a win. In this case, it looked like it.
Oh, 100%, 100%. They figured out how to bounce back real quick. I mean, we put up 29 runs in 10 innings of softball on Saturday.
Did I read it wrong, or were there that many home runs hit? I mean, the ladies just pounded the softball.
They decided to show up. I mean, we were hitting extra base hits. It seemed like every other person that came up there. I mean, we ended up with 6 on the day. We hit 2 in the first game and then 4 in the second game against Nakata Central. I was shell-shocked by that. That was amazing.
And half of those, I think, came from Annabelle, is
Yes,
that right?
Annabelle ended up, she hit a grand slam in the first game, and then she hit 2 solo shots in the second game.
Goodness gracious, and added a triple on the
triple.
day.
I mean, softball was flying. It was fun to watch.
It had to be good to get back out there and just get on the field and play some games and get ready for the season.
It was. I mean, we knew the temperatures were going to be bad, and everybody had to deal with it, and that's kind of what we talked about Saturday. I brought a heater in for them Friday night, and it seemed like that was more of a distraction than a help. So Saturday, I said we're gonna brave the elements and go out there and do what we need to do, and they came up and showed up that Saturday.
Look, that's got to be so encouraging for you as a coach because one, you want to see how they're going to respond. But you got 2 good senior leaders on that team with Giordano and Ledette, and they showed it last week on the show that they're not going to tolerate it. They're going to get up and get ready and go.
Well, Ledette's a freshman, but Lyons is our second senior.
Lyons is the other one. Okay.
Yes, both of them.
Okay.
They both had conversations with him Saturday morning. We came over here. We hit at the house before we went to Ward 9. So we got to come in, do what we want to do, be loose. We were us again. I mean, we showed up 3 hours before game time before it was so we could start getting ready.
Look, that's ready to go to work and do some business, and that's what you want because so often things can go the other way.
They really can. I mean, you take a loss like that, you're excited to go opening day. It's first game here, and you get punched in the mouth like that, it's easy to fold. But they stood right back up and said, you know what, let's play.
You know, you've had some scrimmages and things, but Thursday night is scheduled for the home opener.
Yes.
And expecting a big crowd as always out for that. How are they getting ready now for what is the start of the season at home?
Oh, they're excited for it. I think we're all excited for it. We're ready to see them open up at home. We got St. Edmunds coming in. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
That's one thing. What some of the players that stood out for you this weekend? What maybe they weren't the big home runs or something. Maybe there was something defensively that we don't see in the stat sheet. What stood out to you?
I tell you what, our bench.
Okay.
They really impressed me. They kept themselves in the game. It was the most exciting. Explosive I've heard the dugout since we started. So, I mean, that played a big part into it, too, because they keep that heartbeat going while those girls are out on the field doing what they do. But that impressed me. Sophie in the circle, she really impressed me this weekend. She pitched against Bird in the first game. She only gave up 2 hits.
Wow.
She was hitting spots well. She was mixing speeds. She wasn't afraid to throw whatever I was calling. It was fun to watch.
So, Bird, Natchitoches Central, both 5A squads that you're out there battling against. Of course, Gina, always a perennial big school that's out there playing. What is it about playing up to those bigger schools that you think is going to help you down the road?
It's going to get them ready for that big game.
Right.
Okay, I mean, there's some of these small schools we play in. No offense to them, you don't have the pick if you do like at a 5A school. So you're going to get better competition when you play those bigger schools, and it's going to get them ready for that playoff run.
What do you see against St. Ed's that's coming into town Thursday that we can look for in that one?
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's going to be exciting. Kaylee's going to do well in the circle. She's going to be out there battling. It's going to be fun to put a camera and watch these girls hit. I mean, that lineup top to bottom right now, they're clicking. And
look, we're excited to be out there. It'll be our home opener. We'll be out there at the Eagles Nest and excited to do that and learning more and more of the players as we go along. But the camaraderie on it is there. I mean, you said they were the first ones here, and they're all sitting around together, and that just shows you that the players just want to be around each other, and that cohesion, it just leads for big things.
Well, it goes a long way, and that's the one thing we've talked about from the get-go. I mean, we talk about getting to the state tournament, winning a state championship, but it all starts in the clubhouse. If you don't have a good clubhouse, you're not going to do anything. It doesn't matter what players you have.
Well, we've got a big night planned for tonight. We'll name our player of the week. We'll do that here in just a minute. Also, we'll talk to a couple of the players, I think.
Yeah, we'll have Kaylee and Sophie come up here, talk about the pitching staff and whatnot on that side of it, too.
Absolutely, we'll do that. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll come right back. When we do, we'll get a couple of them up here, and that way we're not transitioning while it's out there. We'll do all of that. We'll be right back. You're watching Around the Diamond with Turney and Marks. No, I didn't. I'm thinking. I'm looking around. And I have look. This is show number 2 of the day, and it goes through there. No, that's my goodness. No. So here's what you'll have to learn through the years too. You have to forget half the stuff I say
100%.
and don't listen to the other half, and everything's going to be just fine. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Central Louisiana. This is your home for live sports action. From the field to the court, 446 Sports delivers the games you love with expert commentary and passionate coverage. Cheer for your favorite athletes and relive the moments that define our community's spirit. Our sponsors keep us in the game. Together, we bring you the best in local sports coverage. Join the 446 Sports family today. Watch, cheer, celebrate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. 446 Sports, where Central Louisiana comes to play.
And we're back. It's Around the Diamond. A couple of the players that are on here. Let's pull that down just a little bit. One that's very familiar with the program. She likes to be on the show, and we like having her on here. Sophie Giordano and Kaylee Methvin joins us tonight too. And Kaylee, I've heard so much about you and seen the things that you do in the softball. How do you have that command of it? I mean, it seems like you've been pitching for Menard for like 10 years now, and you're still very young.
Yeah, I've been pitching since I was about 9 years old. So once I got to Menard, I was kind of already comfortable up there. So, and now that I've been pitching for 4 years now, it's just I'm comfortable up there.
And what's your classification now? What grade are you in?
Oh, I'm a junior.
Junior. Okay, so you are getting it up. It seems like I'm telling you, like you've been pitching for many, many years on there. The more comfortable you get with it, I don't think there's any of the games that you look at and say, you know what, I'm nervous about that or I'm concerned about this. What's your approach?
Definitely before a game, I have to try and hype myself up mentally, because if I go into a game and I'm not mentally ready, then it's just going to be bad for me and my team.
All right, so that's cool then. What's the pregame routine? Is there something, because ball players are very superstitious on their routines. What's your go-to on game day?
Oh, I don't know if I have a full-blown, like, routine.
There's not a special breakfast or something that you eat afterwards. So you just go out there and throw. But you're running everybody's outlook on things by not having that go-to that you have. There's nothing that you use, no music you listen to beforehand.
No.
You just go, well, how do you hype yourself up then? What do you do?
Usually just while I'm warming up, Kate talks to me, and she tells me I better do good or she's going to be mad at me.
Well, I certainly think that works too. Sophie, you had a great weekend as well. What about you? Is there any pregame routines or?
Not really. I don't really have any either.
Okay, so what I'm learning here, and I'm new to the softball side of it. You told me this last week that the guys are way more divas. I mean, they have their routines. They have all of this,
Yeah,
and y'all just go out, tough them, and go to work. Goodness gracious. So what happened Friday night?
I just don't think we were, the weather, just everything in general, I just don't think our minds were in it.
Both teams were
But that's
playing in
okay.
the cold.
Yeah, I know, but it's okay. Hey, we came out Saturday and we worked our butt off and we got it done.
How was it, and Coach Brad told me this, of what he said to you after the game on there. What are you expecting in a game like that he's going to come out there and just throw clipboards and holler, or because he didn't approach it like that at all. So
Not at all.
how encouraging was that?
Very encouraging because he told us, guys, we're going to forget about this. Tomorrow we're going to come out and do our best, and we did. He listened.
That's good stuff. First year with him over here, seen him around, what's the difference? How is that going?
I would say it's definitely a big difference. Like, he's much more, he helps us
Right.
more. Like, he doesn't yell. Like, he tells us what we're doing wrong and he helps us fix it instead
Right.
of just yelling. And it makes us feel better and doesn't make us as worried for ourselves.
That's what I like. So, ladies, 2-1 on the season. You've had some scrimmages at home, but Thursday night's your home opener. It's your final home opener, too. How special is that?
I'm very sad, but I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Nice of me to bring it up, huh?
Yes.
Wow. No, but it's got to be big because you do have younger players that are
Right.
out there. And as a senior, and I think there's just a couple of y'all that are out
Just
there.
two.
As a senior, you got to come out here, and I mean, this is your
Right.
year. And you went on record last week of saying, "Hey, we're going to play for and win." And that clip that we played got a lot of views on it
Hey,
too.
I'm still going for it. I'll say it again.
That's my girl. Look, when you see that senior leadership, Kaylee, that they have on there, what does that mean to you as a younger player? And what does that say, next year as I move along too? And this is what legacy that we want to leave here. So what does playing with those seniors mean for you?
I definitely like when the older girls take charge. I think it helps the team if there's a senior that's not going to take charge of everybody.
Right.
It just helps the team. Like next year, I plan on doing what they're doing. I plan on telling the team what we need to do, but also giving them the confidence, especially the new girls that are going to come in next year,
Right.
trying to give them the confidence like Sophie and Amelie gives the younger girls.
But you've led by example in the circle a lot too. So I don't think classification and age really carries that much to it as the way you carry yourself on the field, on the diamond. I mean, that means a lot to everybody that's watching.
Yeah, I know that, if I'm down in the circle, it definitely affects the team. So most of the time I do try and keep myself up, even if I'm upset inside. I try my best not to show it. Sometimes I do. I know I do.
Right.
But Sophie will usually come to the mound. She'll help me. It just helps me calm down if she comes and helps me. But I try and keep my composure most of the time.
What do the two of you share as the two main pitchers that are out there? What kind of tips are you giving, and what are you looking for on the other one if something's not going right?
I feel like no one, the rest of the players don't understand how much pressure it is being
Right.
up there.
Right.
But really, the game's really on you, And me, I talk to her. I call time, Kaylee, we got this. We are helping you behind you. You have a great support system behind you. We will get through this. And we just talk to each other like that.
And what about when Sophie's in the circle? What are you doing to look at?
Even if the girls aren't cheering, I'm cheering because I know if I'm up there, I want somebody cheering for me. So
Right.
I'll be back there saying, "Come on, G, you got it." Just keep.
Come on, G.
helping. Yeah,
There you go.
that's probably what she hears most from me.
Yes,
I say G a lot. That's all I say.
Well, we're looking forward to that. Well, whatever happened Friday night, y'all just flushed that come Saturday and went out and just hammered the softball. And I know we've talked, that's what you've worked on since, August? I guess you've been hitting
Yes,
the
sir.
softball so well. What changed from Friday to Saturday?
I think our mental state, we went in there Friday, we were all it's so cold, why are we playing so? And then Saturday we came out and we were it's not cold, we were getting our mental ready, before a game we were no talk about just softball. And we got out there and we played for each other, I think, on Saturday. We really helped each other out, supported each other. We had like 2 home runs in a game. We all excited, cheering all game. I think it really helped us.
I had, what, 6 total? Annabelle hit 3?
Yeah. I hit
Jeez.
1, Adlin hit 1, and then Kinsey hit 1.
Yeah.
Right. Wow, what a tremendous day that it was, and then y'all were great in the circle. I hate that there's not games between now and then,
Right.
but all this rain today, who knows, it might have been rained out on there. But looking forward to the home opener on Thursday, our first chance to get the camera on you ladies and have that, and we're excited about it. So, as always, thanks for stopping by. Look forward to a great season, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
There you go. Guys, we will be right back. We're going to name our player of the week when we come back, so you'll stick around and want to see who that is when we come back.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
There we go.
We're back to Buffalo Wild Wings on a Sunday night around the diamond, and just having a great night. Great crowd as always that's out here, and we're joined here by our, and so what I've got to get the message across to Coach Turney is that it adds something to it when the player of the week doesn't know they're the player of the week before we announce it and have them come up. So we're going to have, did he tell you already? See, it's no fun. So now, I mean, it is. It's pretty cool. But our player of the week, since there is no drama, and I think you wrapped it up getting every MVP award with the day that you had on Saturday. Annabelle Drago had 3 home runs, a triple, and all sorts of things. So congratulations on a great day and becoming our player of the week. So you're going to get that as well.
Thank you.
And let's get you, we're going to have to get you turned up. I can see that. Say something.
Hello.
I got the problem. There you go. Now, there you go. Look, it doesn't matter. We'll work this out. You keep hitting the softball like you're doing, and everything else is going to be fine. Did you tell me right, a freshman?
Yes, sir.
Goodness gracious. How you hit the ball like you do?
All the work.
All the
that
work.
I put in.
Is that one of the things that you guys have been working on
Yes,
a
sir.
lot? How much hitting do you do?
We hit every day in the cages, and then every other day we go on the field and hit. So every day.
What switch flipped from Friday to Saturday? Because it seemed like it was such a difference in the way that you came out swinging the bat on Saturday.
It was a big difference. Friday, all of us, none of us hit the ball. Saturday we came out. We were prepared and more ready. So.
There you go. Coach, your confidence in these younger players, especially your freshman Annabelle here. What are your thoughts on that?
They have surprised me how seasoned they seem already.
Right.
Typically with younger hitters, you see them early on in the season, especially like take Adeline Ledet for instance. She doesn't have a lot of varsity experience. Typically they go into those at-bats and they're super nervous, and you can tell, and they're tense. But how seasoned and how their demeanor is in these at-bats has really surprised me, because it doesn't seem like they're overmatched by anybody. Like I said, you take Friday out of the equation.
Right.
The way they approach their at-bats mentally, like Kaylee talked about it, having a good mentality in the circle. We've talked about having that good mental approach in the box and what you're actually looking for. Like a lot of times they would come up and there's aimless swings. They're like, I'm trying to hit a strike. No, let's. If we're looking at a pitch here, we're trying to hit it with backspin this way. If we see one in, we're trying to hit it with backspin this way. So we're trying to narrow things down and understand what we're looking for at the plate, and they have really responded with it.
How's that changed your thought process when you step into the box on one where it's not just we're going to go up here and swing, but we're swinging with a purpose? You're all right.
Yeah.
When I went up there, I was just like, put the ball in play. I wasn't worried about what happened Friday night. I'd put that in the past, and I was just ready to play in.
As one of the younger players, you've got some pretty solid upperclassmen that are in there. We talked to two of them that were here just a minute ago. How comfortable does that make you playing with a group like that?
They're very supportive. They'll hype you up. Like, you do something wrong, they'll have your back. You do something right, they'll hype you up, and it's fun having ones to play with older than you. And you get experience.
Coach Turney said that he had never heard it as loud in the dugout as it was this weekend. How's the clubhouse mentality when young ladies are in the games? Just the excitement of it.
It's us cheering in the dugout. It really like puts us like all together, and like we get, I don't know.
I get it. The bonding that you have on there too. It just and we talked about it earlier. I mean, this table that was out here, you're pulling tables together before anybody else got out here. It's that kind of bonding that proves successful down through the season.
Yeah.
So there you go. When you look at this year and you hear the confidence that Sophie has and some of the older ones there, your comfort level knowing that you don't have to go out there and do anything in press. You can just go be you. It's got to make you feel good too.
Yeah.
What's your outlook on this season? Do you have the lofty goals that they do, or what's your thoughts?
I think we'll go far with all the work. We'll win it all. Yes.
See? Look, I'm telling you what. G's got it. She's not gonna say got this figured out. This is gonna be a lot of fun this year. You excited about the game on Thursday, the home opener, playing in front of that crowd at the Nest?
Yes, sir.
How does you can't get out of school quick enough? It's time to get to the game. Do y'all like get out at like 10 o'clock to get mentally ready for the game, or you make them stay in school the whole day?
They got to stay in school the whole day.
Well, I tried, didn't I?
We're student athletes first. We're students first before we're athletes. But we got a 5:30 game, so I mean, 8th-hour class starts. Like the softball class starts at what 1:50. So I mean,
so you're virtually out right after lunch anyway.
They're virtually out there getting ready for the softball game at lunchtime. So they got quite a few hours to get ready. So
well, we're looking forward to a big day out of there. Congratulations on a great weekend and our Player of the Week award there too. Before you get out, we'll grab a picture with you too. But looking forward to many, many more of those. Annabelle Drago joined us here. Congratulations, Annabelle. We'll be right back.
Central Louisiana. This is your home for live sports action. From the field to the court, 446 Sports delivers the games you love with expert commentary and passionate coverage. Cheer for your favorite athletes and relive the moments that define our community spirit. Our sponsors keep us in the game. Together, we bring you the best in local sports coverage. Join the 446 Sports family today. Watch, cheer, celebrate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. 446 Sports, where Central Louisiana comes to play.
We're back here to Buffalo Wild Wings, wrapping up the final segment. I got to see which one you're on. Let me see. I think you're on that one. Say something? Yep, I got you.
Test.
Yep, we got you. So, Coach, the week ahead, as we wrap things up tonight, what's it look like? We know that St. Ed's is coming in on Thursday night, but you got a big weekend planned.
Yes, after St. Ed's, obviously we're looking forward to the home opener. It's going to be a great environment right there. First one of the year. I think people are excited to come out and watch the Lady Eagles play. But coming up Saturday, we got the Ash round robin. We got Ash at 10 in the morning, and then we got Dutchtown after that at 12:30 or 1. That's two big schools right there.
Natchitoches Central, Bird on the year, Gina. St. Ed's always has a great ball club, and then you have Ash and Dutchtown this week. Hey, you didn't lay up any at all.
No. if we're going to have those lofty goals, we got to take lofty opponents, and we got to take them head on and see where we're at. And I'd rather do that early than see what happens late.
Look, there's no wonder that these young ladies, and each one of them that I talked to, seem like they'd run through a brick wall for you. You bring that type of a mindset into it of let's just go take on and let's get in the circle and let's go.
And we're going to strap it up and see where we're at.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they've jumped on and they've gotten that same mentality as a whole, as a unit. I mean, like you said, you look at them right here, just what they're doing.
That impresses me more than anything does.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, that's what it takes. That's where it starts. And they've, like you said, they would run through a brick wall for me. They literally would. And you can't say more about a team like that.
What's your approach pitching-wise as you go into those 3 games that are Thursday and a couple of them on Saturday? What do you look at?
We'll probably split a little bit on Thursday. We'll see how the game's going, obviously.
Right.
But Kaylee's going to get the ball to start with, and then we'll split them 1-1 on Saturday. Sophie will get the ball for one. Kaylee will get the ball for the other. I haven't figured out which one yet.
And those games are at Ash.
Those are at Ash.
Is where they're at.
Yes.
So little softball version of the subdivision series.
Yes.
And go back over there, and that makes it easy for everybody to get over there and go see those games. Now
It really does. It's like a home game. It's a couple blocks away.
We'll broadcast all of the Eagles Nest home games. We won't be able to go on the road for that one. They don't, anyway. So we'll have all of the games at home, and we're excited about getting out to the Nest. It'll be the first game that we've done out there softball wise. Tom did them last year, but the first time that we've got out there. And man, the atmosphere. I know it's your home opener there for softball. Mm-hmm. You got to be getting excited about it.
I am. Like we talked about, that first win on Saturday, it was fun because it's like, okay, hey, the Turney era has begun. It's
That's
officially
right.
begun. Because Friday it didn't
begin
begin the
right.
way I'd hoped, but. No, it's going to be my first home opener. It's going to be the first time I get to experience that crowd on the inside of the lines. I mean, I've done it last few years watching Kaylee from the outside. But
That's right.
To be able to, and it's special to be able to coach her. Me and her, we've talked, and I even told her Friday before the games, look, I gave her a hug and said thank you for this opportunity because it's special to be able to coach her.
Look, that's she really the bond between her and Sophie is there. You can see that when one's down, one's helping the other, one's down, and vice versa on that. And we talked about, you don't have to be a senior. You can lead from here. It's a great group of upperclassmen that you have.
It really is.
That complements this younger group of really solid ball players you have.
It really does, and on the opposite side of that, they're quick to give a compliment. They're quick to pick somebody up when they do something wrong, but they're also quick to hold them accountable.
Right.
And the younger ones to be able to take that kind of constructive criticism, it says a lot. Like I said, that younger class has got a different head on their shoulders.
Well, and that's one thing that they did bring up too. And speaking with Annabelle, she's nervous on a couple of the questions, but so well spoken.
Nervous on that softball field, I'll tell you what.
And so well spoken though about the game. And at softball IQ is what you see on everybody that we've talked to. It's not just, we're going to get in here and hit. We're going to throw strikes. We're going to catch the ball. Why are we hitting with back spin? Why are we doing this?
Right.
And that's what they know, and that's what the testament to it is. So congratulations on a great start and what looks like it's going to be a tremendous season. Can't wait to get out there Thursday night and see these Lady Eagles go to work. That's going to wrap it up for the softball side of it. Coach, are you going to stick around and do the challenge, the Blazing Wing Challenge?
That may be another night for me.
Another night. I still don't see Jordan. There's Jordan over here. Jordan, Coach Marks, did you know that your 2 wings didn't hold the bar? We had a guy come in and did 10 of the Blazing Wings, finished the challenge 4 minutes and 15 seconds. I just wanted to leave that out to you before you baseball boys come over and finish things up for us. No, they absolutely did not. Guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, the Diamond Eagles will take over. We'll see that when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Coach Turney, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Central Louisiana. This is your home for live sports action. From the field to the court, 446 Sports delivers the games you love with expert commentary and passionate coverage. Cheer for your favorite athletes and relive the moments that define our community spirit. Our sponsors keep us in the game. Together, we bring you the best in local sports coverage. Join the 446 Sports family today. Watch, cheer, celebrate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. 446 Sports.
We've all seen how quickly things can change. Everything from the world around us to the cost of things we use on a daily basis. That's why we all need someone in our corner to keep our family protected while still watching out for our pocketbook. I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. There's no better time than now to complete an insurance review to make sure you're properly covered and not paying too much. Whether it's in our office, at your home, or your place of business, let us help you find peace of mind. If you're in need of your insurance checkup, whether auto, home, or life, talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
And welcome back to Buffalo Wild Wings for Around the Diamond with Turney and Marks, where Turney had his team ready to go and did well with Doug. And my name's Nick Magnano, joined by Danny Clear and Coach Jordan Marks. And kind of a rough week, Coach, but you know that's part of the game. And let's start with last week, Monday with North Dakota.
So North Dakota obviously was supposed to be in the first week. It got rained out and postponed and rescheduled. And I kind of set the schedule up this way. I did an easier first week and kind of a tough next 2 weeks to kind of see what this team was made of and see what we need to work on and things that we need to fix before district. And so I intended for these 2 weeks to be tough. And you know, we got exposed, but in the right way. And there's a lot of things that we saw as the coaching staff that we're going to fix this week. And you know, there was some positives that we took from those 3-4 games. You know, North Dakota was a close one. It was a tie ball game late in the sixth, and we had an opportunity to win with a runner in scoring position with 2 outs and just didn't get the timely hit. And like I said, Monday night, you know, that's part of baseball. And as long as, you know, our guys are in the position to win the game late, that's all you can ask for as a coach. I thought we never gave up. And then, you know, with a 3-game set, you're going to get exposed, whether you have a really, really, really good team or, you know, a not-so-good team. And that's just what it is. And I like those 3-game sets. That's what the playoffs are. And so I've always had one on my schedule. Last year was St. Louis Catholic, and they're also a really good team. And so, you know, you see what your ball club's about early. Were we expecting to go in and sweep those guys? Absolutely not. But I thought our guys competed, and like I said, there was some things that was exposed that we could fix. And, you know, you don't really know those things until you get in the trenches and see all those things. So now as a coaching staff, we know all those things.
The Grant game.
But that's probably what we're going to do.
So you don't plan on losing the game. You plan on making it up.
That's right.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're going to make it up for sure.
So some of the positive things that we talked about, I mean, I think we talked about it all 3 for the Ash games, and then, of course, obviously in North Dakota, he was in that game through the end. But even though those games were a little out of reach, you guys battled. You scored runs in the last inning or the last couple innings of each of those games. And so those guys showed a heart that, you know, they weren't quitting, they weren't giving up, so and they worked to get some couple runs to make those games a little more positive at the end.
Right. No, and quite a few people has called and texted and told me that, you know, hey, look, you know, you can be down 8-9 runs and still scratch a couple late, and you know, it just shows that the character of the guys and the will and the want to you know, not back down and not give up. So.
Yeah. And just to talk about some other positive things that we've seen through the week. Rob Henry, I thought he was real competitive in several innings there he had against Ash on Friday night. Peyton Procell, I thought he had some real competitive innings against Ash yesterday.
Yep, absolutely. So let me go on them two guys. So, you know, it was Rob's second start. He threw Lakeside Saturday prior. And it's been so cold and rainy, we haven't really stretched these guys' arms. And so, you know, I probably should have pulled him at 55, but I had a dead set that I wanted him to go to 70. You know, it's all about your next start. And so I didn't want him to get tired in 60 pitches next week or this week. And so we kind of let him go a little longer and he started running out of gas, and he admits it, but I thought he threw really well for 65 pitches, you know. And the same thing with Peyton, you know, about 55 pitches was probably where we needed to go get him, but these guys are going to be starters. We got to look for the next outing, and what's going to prepare us to have a better next outing is to let them go another 15 pitches. So that was kind of mindset there.
Yep. Then offensively, I had obviously Peyton had a pretty good weekend, or a pretty good week. Hit 429 for the week, 5 RBIs. Reeves hit 364. Set the tempo there at the leadoff spot. Scored 6 runs for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And neither one of those guys have had, you know, much high school, if any at all. And you know, Scroggs, I think, is doing a tremendous job in the leadoff spot. Actually, you know, I couldn't ask for a better, you know, young guy to be leading off for us. He's very patient at the plate. He waits for his pitch, and then, you know, four out of 10 times he comes through with a hit for us to start the game off. So,
and then we looked at a couple guys that of course, Lane has been putting the ball in play and getting on base. I admit to ask, was that a called bunt on that North DeSoto, or did he do that on his own? The base hit bunt.
It was a called bunt. It was a sack bunt. He just happened to put it down the line and make something happen out of it. And he's actually gotten 2 other bunts down since then.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. But between him and Austin Para, they, you know, just some bad luck on some plays. You know, Para's had 22 at bats, only 2 strikeouts. So we're hoping that comes around for him, starts putting the ball in play and put it in places where they're not.
Oh yeah, it'll all come back to the other side. Both of those guys, you know, to have competitive at bats and only strike out 3 times between us and over 30-something at bats. You know, it just shows, you know, they're seeing the ball well. They're patient and confident in what they do. And no, Lane's battling in the DH spot right now. He's in competition with a couple others on the team, and you know, the last couple games he's came through for us.
And I found out another thing this weekend that I wasn't aware of, is that Cutter Knowles can chase a ball down.
He can go get one. He's done a tremendous job for us in the outfield.
He takes really good angles, gets really good jumps. I noticed that
he does.
He covers
after full speed, and that's kind of what we teach. Hey, look, if you're, you know, depending on the situation in the ball game, if you get, you know, if you think you can get to it, just go. And everything he does in the outfield is full speed. So
he might have his second Southern Air cool play of the game if we can figure out how to navigate the net. I mean, I haven't. He's in the screen. I just need to try to find a way to actually have Chuck or Doug to cut it up. But was one of those he really tracked down really well.
Yeah, he ran down and got that ball.
Well, Coach, before we go to break, I want to mention your new coaching staff. I don't think we got to talk about them last week.
Okay.
So give us the names and how it came about with this staff.
So Riley Byers, this is a young guy, came from Grant. He's 23, 24 years old. He was assistant coach at Grant High School last year. He came to us, and then Logan Nicholson, he's our pitching coach. He's never coached at the high school level. I saw him this summer. Him and I were doing some workout type stuff together, and you know, he said, "Hey, look, if you're looking for a pitching coach, I think I might be interested if everything can line up." And both of those guys are doing a tremendous job for us. You know, obviously it takes all hands on deck when you're dealing with, you know, a varsity JV and a freshman team and 24 guys. So both of them are very knowledgeable of the game, and both of them are doing a really good job for us.
Excellent. Well, we're going to go and take a break. But before we do, we're going to have our players come up here the next 2 segments. We only have 3 headsets tonight, so we're going to do 1 player at a time. You're watching Around the Diamond with Turney and Marks on 446 Sports.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
And welcome back to Buffalo Wild Wings here. Sorry, that's another show that I work on with Doug here in Alexandria, Louisiana for Around the Diamond with Turney and Marks. We're now joined by one of the seniors on this team. Introduce yourself.
I'm Austin Henry, but on the field they call me Rob.
Right, well, good to learn that, Rob. We're gonna call you that now on the broadcast. So, hey, just a couple simple things, break the ice and everything. Favorite food, favorite meal, not a place to eat. What's your favorite food?
I'm a big fan of tacos.
Tacos, okay. I like tacos. I had a few last night after the ball game, so that's a good thing. Hey, favorite moment, and I don't know, do you play in other sports at Menard or you just baseball?
Just baseball.
Okay, so favorite baseball moment in now your 3+ years that you've been there.
Well, my favorite moment is when we won against Pope John Paul that first year we went to state. I feel like that was really nice.
It's a very popular one.
It was a great atmosphere. We all had fun. If I could relive it again, I would.
Yeah, true. You've been at Menard all 3 years? Because I know you guys did move back from down south. You've been at Menard.
Yeah.
Were you there for 8th grade or not? Or you just
No, I got in freshman year.
Okay, freshman year. So, and you've been on the squad. This is now your 4th year?
4th year,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
So we'll talk a little baseball before we get back to some of the other questions. But pitching, you know, I wasn't at the game on Friday night against Ash. But I watched a lot of what you pitched. I felt like you had a pretty good start in that game. So but Coach Mo Jordan was talking about extending your innings, extending some work. Where do you feel like you're at right now with your arm?
I feel like I'm at a pretty good spot. A little bit better than at the beginning of the season. Beginning of the season, I had trouble finishing, and that was last season too. But I feel like I've grown a lot. My arm strength has gotten a lot better. Just feel like I'm in a better place to get 5 inning, 6 inning outings, more often.
Important thing is we throw strikes, right?
Yeah, strikes.
All right. What's your favorite baseball movie?
Favorite baseball movie?
Yep.
It's probably The Sandlot 2 because I watched that a lot as a kid.
All right. What about what's your walk-up song? I know you've got a few at bats, but what's your walk-up song?
For pitching or batting?
Well, what you got 2? Okay, we'll give them both.
Well, for batting, I have Hot by Young Thug.
Okay.
This is what I had for 2 years prior, so I was like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And the other one is kind of, for pitching, it's kind of a, what's it called? It's called Adrenaline by Jack Wall, and it's just like musical. There's no words to it because I don't like the music whenever I'm trying to focus and pitch and just throw the ball. So I just kind of like a little bit of music in the background.
Okay, all right. So can you confirm or deny? We had Lane and Cade up here last week. Lane and Cade both are claiming that Lane's the best dancer on the team. Can you confirm or deny that?
I think that might be false because I've seen Biscuit dance.
We got nicknames going. All right.
So, which one is that?
That's Tassan.
That's Tassan. Okay. So, and you're thinking that Tassan's a better dancer or Lane's a better dancer?
I think Tassan's a better
Oh,
dancer.
okay.
All right,
So between the two of them, that's what I'm talking about.
Got the gauntlet thrown down there.
We're gonna have to. So, hey, while we're on a little competition, okay? You and your brother, older brother, played, graduated last year. Talk about some of the stuff, you guys got into as brothers, and did y'all get along well? Did y'all fight a lot? Did y'all play ball in the back? What? You the better athlete? He's the better athlete? I mean, let's come on, throw the gauntlet down.
Well, it works different. In football, he's the better athlete,
Okay.
but for baseball, I 100% think I'm the better.
That's what I'm talking about. So, and you have the mic right now, so that's all that
Yeah, he
counts.
can't say anything.
That's right.
So mom and dad will have to settle this later, huh? So
Yeah.
no, man, we look forward to seeing you on the mound. We appreciate you taking your time. I know this is not always the easiest thing.
Yeah.
So we appreciate this. We get to spotlight you guys, and like I said, we look forward to the rest of the season. Hope we weren't too bad on you. So before we go to break, we're gonna, like I said, this was Rob Henry. We're going to have J.D. Shelton after we go to break. So appreciate you coming up here. So you're watching Around the Diamond with Turney and Marks on 446 Sports. And welcome back to Buffalo Wild Wings in Alexandria, Louisiana for Around the Diamond with Turney and Marks. And man, JD, they're trying to get me in trouble already, man. We hadn't even introduced ourselves to you, and they're trying to get me in trouble. We have to, put a mute button on the soft. Coach Turney, can you handle that for us, please? Doug's picking on Jordan. Let's take care of that. Now, JD, well, I'll tell you introduce yourself.
My name's J.D. Shelton. I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore, and you've been at Menard now for 2 years? Or
Yes, sir.
Okay.
2 years.
So, quite simple question. Of course, the fat guy's going to ask the food question. So, favorite meal, hands down, if you had one more meal, what would it be?
Fried chicken.
That's what I'm talking about. What? Oh, never mind, I can't. I was about to say, because they serve chicken here. Yeah, you look through my picture scroll, and there's a place in Alexandria. I eat a lot of fried chicken, but that's a good one. Favorite moment you do anything other than baseball at Menard?
No.
Sports-wise, no. Okay. So, what's your favorite moment thus far in your year and few games?
Probably St. Mary's when I pitched.
Okay,
it's a good game.
Yeah, you came in, did well. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Danny's going to bring that up. Yeah, you came in and really bounced it out a lot. And so you prefer? I mean, I know you're a baseball player. Prefer being on the mound or being in the field?
I prefer being on the mound.
Okay, so you like to be a pitcher, so
we'll talk a little baseball first. So you between the outfield and on the mound, you actually started with a hot bat so far. How you feel good at the plate right now?
Yes, sir. Pretty good.
Okay. So in the St. Mary's game, you come in, and we talked about that early. You come in and settled the team down. You threw a lot of strikes. What's working for you right now?
The fastball, mainly, that's what I get most of them on. And my curveball's been good. Changeup hasn't been the best lately.
Okay. Yeah, I know yesterday against Ash that I don't know if he was release point on your curveball, but it wasn't as good as it had been.
My hands were wet.
Okay. And I was wondering, too. I'd seen you wiping your hands a lot. So I just knew it wasn't as sharp as it had been. But
yes,
so
sir.
we'll look forward to keeping that going. All right. Favorite baseball movie?
The Sandlot.
Sandlot. There we go. All right. What about what's your walk-up song?
I don't even know what it's called. I'm not good with walk-up songs, so I let the team pick for me.
All right.
I don't even know what it is.
So besides yours, do you have anybody you like? Is there anybody? What's your favorite besides yours?
Do you start dancing when anybody else's plays, or start singing when somebody else's plays?
James's is pretty good.
Okay. All right. What about we've got 2 votes for Cade. No, 1 vote for Cade, and 2 for Lane, because Lane voted for himself.
That's right.
And then
Cade,
who's the best dancer on the team?
Lane.
Oh.
Okay.
3-1.
All right. So, what about
So I got a question for you on this one, okay? Last year, freshman, okay? What's the difference between last year when you'd get on the mound, because I know you had a few appearances last year, and this year?
Last year was normally when we were losing pretty bad, was the only times I would ever go in, but it was probably a little bit more nerve-wracking last year than it was this year.
So definitely more comfortable this year because of
Yes, sir.
experience? Okay, and then, so whenever you, like the other night, whenever you playing in right field and win, Coach Jordan, we were talking about this, Danny and Coach Jordan, I were talking about this, the one that kind of got by you. Okay, Coach Jordan said the wind was blowing really hard.
The wind was blowing hard, yes, sir.
It's difficult off the bat, okay, because you can't see that, okay? But I don't want to dwell on that one. You bounced back and made a phenomenal catch, after that. Did you just get a better read, or did the wind, did you have it figured out by then?
Well, also on the first one, it was their lights are very bright ash.
I called it on the broadcast. I said, that's got to be the lights, because it looked like you did this.
Yeah.
But that's, that answers that a lot, because like I said, I really like that you bounced back after that play and did really well. So, man, we appreciate you being on the show. We look forward to you. Hopefully this wasn't too much. We try to do this kind of stuff to introduce you guys not only to this atmosphere, but also get to know a little bit about you, because whenever we're watching you on the field, we talk about that, so we don't get to necessarily get to talk to you guys and know what you like to do, and know that there's people in the crowd that are interested in you. So we won't mention any names, but so JD, appreciate you being on here. JD Shelton, you guys, sophomore pitcher and outfielder. When we come back, we're going to have Peyton Procell join us for the next segment. You're watching Around the Diamond with Turney and Marks on 446 Sports.
For cataract surgery in Central Louisiana, insist on Wallace Eye Associates, where leading eye surgeon Dr. Thomas Stuckey and our team of doctors continue to set the standard in cataract care in Louisiana. If you're over age 60 and just aren't seeing as well as you used to, let our cataract team restore your vision and renew your life. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
And welcome back to Buffalo Wild Wings here in Alexandria for Around the Diamond with Turney and Marks. We're now joined. Introduce yourself.
I'm Peyton Procell. I'm a freshman.
So this is your first year at Menard, or were you there?
I started last year.
Okay, so you're in 8th grade there? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So did you played baseball at Menard last year? Or
Yes,
I know
sir.
you didn't play varsity, but you were able to play junior high?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Good. So you were familiar with the school and everything whenever you started this year. So, well, young man, you are our BU Designs Player of the Week for week number 2, Peyton Procell. So that's a nice little plaque there for you. Coach Danny will say your stats here, and we do need to get a picture after to put on Facebook and everything for you. Danny, just give us stats for the week.
So that's
good.
So Peyton went 6 for 14 for the week, hit 429, had 5 RBIs. Also had a pretty good relief appearance yesterday against Ash and pitched well. So congratulations, and we look forward to getting you up here to grill you about the other stuff. We look forward to seeing you on the field the next few weeks.
Yes, sir.
So everybody, round of applause. Peyton Procell, our BU Designs Player of the Week for 446 Sports. So we're going to take the last commercial break, and then we're going to bring back Coach Jordan, talk about this week coming up. You're watching Around the Diamond with Turney and Marks on 446 Sports.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Yeah, welcome back here to Buffalo Wild Wings. We're now joined by Coach Jordan. And Danny, did you have?
So earlier we had Brett Stallsby up, completed the Blazing Wings Challenge, but you've got confirmation from the kitchen staff that weren't the same wings.
It wasn't the same wings. It was not the same wings. They were only mild this year. Last year was the hottest they've ever had.
You went and checked with the
staff.
You
don't have a headset
on. You don't have a headset
Last
on.
year was the hottest batch they've ever made, so I confirmed that. But I mean, look, I can't help that, you know.
Well, let's talk just for a brief second about a minute or so about the three young men that we just had up here. Let's start with Rob.
So Rob, I tell him, all the time. I say, hey, look, we're only going to be as good as you're going to be. Especially being a senior on the mound. And he's got the mindset and he's got the stuff to be very successful. And we worked through some kinks a couple of weeks ago, and he seemed to. The last two starts he had were, really good. He put the team on his back and threw strikes and competed, and I think the team plays hard behind him, and we look for good things for Rob this year. And then JD, we had a team meeting the other day, and I told him, I said, JD's the toughest guy on the field right now because we put him in some tough situations on the mound, some stuff that, we got to have him. You got to come through for us right now, and a lot of expectations as a sophomore. And he's responded really well. And then Peyton, batting, top of the lineup in the 3-hole as a freshman, he's not seeing a lot of fastballs, and he's barreling some baseballs and hitting them where he's supposed to hit them, and just having really good competitive at-bats. And then again on the mound this weekend, I thought he looked promising to be a starter in this staff.
So this week, start Tuesday away at Tioga.
Yep. Let me backtrack just a little bit. I got one coach that I left out, John Tompkins. We just hired him about a month ago, and he's been sick the last week and a half. I think he got the flu or something, but he'll be back with us this week. But John Tompkins, he works for Marucci. He's been with Marucci for 10 years, and him and I are good high school friends. And so the guys love him at practice, and he's got a hand in on some Marucci gear too. So,
nice.
But he's a part of our coaching staff as well.
Marucci glove might be.
Yeah, right
nice
here. But yeah, we got Tioga Tuesday at their place at 6 o'clock. I'm pretty sure Tishner's going to be on the bump then, and which he struggled his last couple outings, but we've worked through some things in the lab, so to speak, and hopefully have a good outing from him.
No doubt the stuff is there from him. We just got to get him dialed in, but the stuff is there.
The stuff is there, no doubt. Stuff is there. He's got really good stuff, and he's got a live arm. So if he can command his pitches and stay around the zone, I think we're going to be successful.
And then on Thursday you come back to the nest. You have Natchitoches Central, and Friday you have Buckeye. Is that called anything? Is that a little tournament?
It's a Red River Classic.
Red River Classic.
Red River Classic. So there'll be games at Pineville, there'll be games at Tioga, there'll be games at Ash, and then at our place.
Okay.
And we're just playing that Thursday and Friday. I told them, we only needed 2 games. We trying to not do 4 and 5 games a week, especially because they lengthened the season for a week. So we're doing 2 games, and we were going to be an overflow site in case the weather got bad and needed another field. So. Natchitoches Central is going to be good. I know they're probably top 3 team in the state right now in Division I. I haven't looked, but I'm sure they're up there 1, 2, 3. They got some big arms. They got a Louisiana Tech commit and